Things are heating up here at the Liberty Stadium, and there are at least 10 players in the squad who are wanted by very big clubs in Europe. Can I hold on to them? Who knows? And also, I've got myself in a pickle because I've had to make some promises that I'm not sure that I can keep. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Liberty Stadium in Swansea. And if you are a first-time visitor, then why not subscribe, watch, like and comment. Help the channel to grow and help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. And as you can see, we are still top of the Premier League, but this time only by a single point from Manchester United and Aston Villa. And things have started to take a turn or two for the worst. And this has included me having to make some promises that I'm unable to keep. But first, some good news. We have been offered a brand new contract, which we've accepted, £73,000 a week, 5-year contract, but whether it will last that long, who knows? But we've been happy to sign that. But in terms of the promises we've had to make, forget the top three, we succeeded with those. And a Hulu, I'm not too worried about him being upset. But Rhys Williams, Buongiorno and Harwood Bellis all are upset about their playing time. And I've had to promise them that they will get an increase in playing time. And the unfortunate thing is that they are all centre-backs. And I'm really, unless I go 3 at the back, I'm not going to be able to keep them all happy, as well as Arthur Theat, who is also a very, very good centre-back. But all may not be lost because I may be losing 1 or 2 players in the January transfer window, because there are a lot of players who are wanted. El Neni has already been sold. And Corey White is wanted, Ben Lloyd is wanted, Armati, Augustinson, Vitinha, Adley, Brozier, Harwood Bellis, Clinton Mata, Ahulu. There's so many players wanted by top clubs in Europe. It's quite scary, and I'm really concerned about how many of this squad I'm actually going to lose. It took a long time to build them up and get them working together. Will I lose them, and will we lose momentum and have to restart? Who knows? I'd have to seriously think about my position if too many of this squad are sold in the January transfer window. But that's for January, and as scary as that might be coming up, we have work to do on the pitch. And when you were with us last, you saw us beat Leeds by 4-2. We then had a good 1-1 draw against Chelsea, and followed that with a 5-2 win away at Everton. And then against Atletico Madrid in the final game of the Champions League Group E, we thrashed Atletico Madrid by 5-0, and that meant that we finished top of the group, ahead of Leipzig. I guess that was on the head-to-head record. And then came the draw for the knockout round, first knockout round, and unfortunately we've gone and drawn Barcelona. So in terms of cup draws, we've not had the best of fortune. We then played Aston Villa, and this is where our unbeaten run, our unbeaten 27-game sequence came to an end. It was a game that we actually dominated, a game that we should have won. I don't think the players took it seriously enough. We did hit the post in the first half, and we did have a lot of chances throughout the game, and we just never took it seriously enough, I don't think. And then a mistake by Augustinson, who gave the ball away, allowed Dembele to run in and score. There were just 3 minutes left at that point, and our 27-game unbeaten run came to an end. Against Sheffield United in the Carabao Cup quarter-final, we had a monumental 5-0 away victory. They were never going to cause us any problems, and we just simply dispatched them. And that has set us up for a semi-final draw against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup semi-final. And sandwiched in between that, we will have a third round FA Cup tie at home to Manchester United. The cup draws have not been kind to us this season, but we'll have to just see what we can get from those games. And today we have two very big games, Southampton and Fulham, both at home. They're both very winnable games from teams who are well below us in the league, and we need 6 points from these games. So let's go and play Southampton. And the team for today is Lewis Jr. in goal, Bellis, Williams, Thiedt and Mailer at the back, with Grimes, Levitt, Hannibal and Adley in midfield. And Barassi and Vitinha will play up front. And maybe for the last few times we'll get to watch Vitinha playing in a Swansea shirt. There is a lot of interest for Vitinha. He's refusing to sign a new contract at the moment because of all the interest in him. And it is Southampton with the throw, but Vitinha has stolen that. And he's looking for support and can't find it. That's a good tackle by Lewis, but Vitinha finds Williams. Williams also complaining a little bit about the amount of playing time he's getting. I thought he was getting a decent amount. He obviously didn't. Here is Harwood Bellis playing as right back today. And Williams finds Hannibal, who finds Harwood Bellis again. And that's a lovely through ball for Vitinha. And Vitinha has scored. It's Swansea 1, Southampton 0. We do look irresistible at times. And that was just a simple move. And Vitinha's off-the-ball movement allowed Harwood Bellis just to stab it through for him. A lovely weighted pass. And Vitinha clean through. Can you blame the goalkeeper? You probably could, but I'm not going to. It's a goal for Swansea as far as I'm concerned. Puts us 3 points clear at the top again. And that's where we want to be. And coming up to half-time, perfectly happy with that. It's 1-0 Swansea. These are always tough games against teams lower than you in the league, and you've got to take them seriously. You can't just put out a team and expect them to win. You have to set this game up properly. And Adley's looking for Hannibal, Vitinha. And here is Levitt to Grimes. This is lovely football. It's one-touch passing. And here is another chance, and Vitinha has made it 2-0. It's Swansea 2, Southampton 0. What a fantastic move. And Vitinha is on fire at the moment, and it is going to be very, very difficult to keep him in the January transfer window. He's just scoring goal after goal after goal for fun. Adley's through ball, and Vitinha, first time, puts it away into the corner. Swansea 2, Southampton 0. And hopefully we are going back to our invincible kind of form that we'd been showing for almost 30 games, and until it was cruelly stolen by Aston Villa. But here comes Swansea again, and it's Mailer. Mailer's looking for Levitt. Levitt out to Harwood Bellis. Bellis tries to get past his man but can't, but goes again. He a little flick inside and it finds Hannibal. It comes all the way back to Grimes. Grimes looking to start again. He finds Levitt. Levitt to Grimes. Nice football. Southampton really have no answer to this. It's pass, go. And Swansea are looking to build down the right, but we've had the ball stolen, but we've won it back. And our persistence, our teamwork is just what impresses me most. And here comes Adley. Adley's in the clear, and Adley has hit the bar. And it remains Swansea 2, Southampton 0. And this looks very, very easy, what is going on here. Just going to make a couple of substitutions. Bring on Mata. because I think that Harwood Bellis is getting a little tired. And here is Williams cleaning up at the back, and he finds Mailer to Levitt. Levitt's looking for Theet, and that's back to Williams. This is beautiful football. This is exactly how I envisaged the team playing right from day one when I took over at Swansea, and it's taken so long to get them to pass the ball around like this. And it is a joy to watch. When we are in form, it's absolutely fantastic, and we are in form at the moment. And Grimes finds Harwood Bellis out on the right, having a good game at right back. He finds Adley. Adley is looking for Harwood Bellis again. This is really good football. It's terrific to watch. Adley inside. Hannibal lets it run, but it just goes harmlessly through to the Southampton goalkeeper. And he makes an error, and we're looking to get it forward again, and Vitinha is in, and Vitinha has scored. But I'm looking at the referee. He's going to be checking this with VAR. Will it count? I thought he looked onside. Maybe it will count. My instinct was he was onside, but he was offside. It would have been a lovely goal from Vitinha. I just want to have a look at that again. Oh, he was just about offside. He just made his run too early. And it remains Swansea 2, Southampton 0. We are still very comfortable. And we do need to make a substitution or two. And we just need to see this game out now, as Adley will swing in a corner. And there's another one. It's Arthur Theet, who has nodded in at the front post. This one will be okay. It is Swansea 3, Southampton 0, and a sound victory for Swansea. Adley's corner, Theet unmarked, and that was a very, very easy header for him to make it 3-0. And we just need to see this game out now, and that will be full time. I would just tell him absolutely well done. We are now back 3 points clear at the top of the table with 17 games gone. We can't rest on our laurels, and on a very, very rainy day here, as you can see, we passed the ball around beautifully and won very easily. As you can see, Yaxin Adley is now injured and out for a few weeks, and we have some very, very big games coming up, and let's hope we can get him fit and back and ready for those games. But before that, we need to focus on the second of today's important games. We need the 6 points from these two games. Half the job is done. Now we need to do it against Fulham. But we have picked up some injuries. Adley... Rhys Williams is at home with a cold. Mata is only just returning from a short-term injury. And so we picked up a few injuries, which means we've got to rotate the team a little bit again today. And so in goal it will be Junior. Harwood Bellis stays at right full-back. Biongiorno, Theet. Augustinson at the back. El Neni, Levitt. Hannibal and Maggio in midfield. And Barassi and Brozier will play up front. We have also decided to rest Vitinha for a couple of weeks, which he's accepted and said he was very tired and could do with a rest. So Brozier is going to get his chance up alongside Yusuf Barassi. And this, again, Fulham, who are in 13th place, this is a game that we should be comfortably winning, and really got to focus the boys' minds, and we do not want to be complacent against this Fulham side. They're a very useful little outfit, but we do have a free kick, and I think it will be Augustinson over the free kick. It is, and hits straight into the wall. And here is Levitt. Levitt is looking for Harwood Bellis. Harwood Bellis inside to Theet. And here's Maggio. It is Swansea 1, Fulham 0. 13 minutes on the clock. We are 1-0 up again. We look irresistible. And Harwood Bellis is having a very good time as right full-back of late. And I'm having to play him there to give him the game time that he wants. It was his cross, parried by the goalkeeper, and Maggio at Mazzala, he was on hand to tap it into the empty net. We are back in front as usual, and it's Swansea 1, Fulham 0. And Fulham have a free kick, and they will look to play it out. from the back, and just as I suspected, they're going to pass it around. But here is an opening, and Fulham are through, and this is a chance, and Fulham have equalised, and that was lazy, sloppy defending. Both centre-backs must take responsibility for that. It was very, very sloppy, and I suspect that something like that was going to happen, and complacency is an issue in this game, and if your team get complacent, then this can happen. And that was very, very poor defending by both centre-backs. Both of them let him drift off them, and nobody picked him up. And so it is 1-1. But Swansea have a corner. Augustinson with the corner, and he's hit the crossbar. And what a chance that was. And he's picked up by Levitt, though. Levitt is looking to find a cross. He can't do it, and finds Elneny, and the highlight comes to a close. And we are a team that does hit the woodwork a lot. We seem to be. I wonder if there are stats in the game that tell you how many times you've hit the bar and the post. Because we would be pretty high up there. I'm pretty sure of it. Here is Augustinson. He finds Elneny. Hannibal to Augustinson. Over the top to Magyar. Magyar's through. And that was appalling goalkeeping. And it is now Swansea 2. Fulham 1. Their goalkeeper must have to take responsibility for that, but I don't care, as Magyar just stole in again. Lovely play by Magyar, running from deep, and he just ran past the goalkeeper and slotted it in. And we'll take that. It's Swansea 2, Fulham 1. We are still doing very, very well, but Manchester United have closed the gap, and there's a chance, and Barassi has put it in. It is now 3-1. Again, we hit the crossbar, but this time Barassi was on hand to pop it into the back of the net. It's now Swansea 3, Fulham 1. I can relax a little bit, I think. And yeah, it's Buongiorno's header hit the crossbar. Barassi taps it in. It's 3-1 Swansea. And I don't know how Manchester United have closed the gap. I don't think they actually played another game. They might have. But the gap now is only 2 points. And here is Augustinson. Augustinson is in. Can he get a cross in? He can't. And it's cleared away. And that was indecisive by Augustinson. He should have got that in a lot quicker than he did. But we have a free kick, and Hannibal has made it 4-1. And the referee is going to check with VAR, and I've seen these disallowed. He looked okay to me, but I'm guessing if this is checked, he was offside. And the decision is that he was offside. You see a lot of those offside at free kick goals. And that was marginal. And a delightful finish by Hannibal. But it remains at half-time. Swansea 3, Fulham 1. We've got to be happy with that, but I'm not sure telling them that I'm happy with that is the best thing to do. I should have just told them to get out there and do better. And here comes Barassi. Barassi has a chance, and the goalkeeper makes a great save. It remains Swansea 3, Fulham 1. And we have a corner. Augustinson brings in the corner, and that's headed clear. And Fulham are looking to Blake. He's on his own, and he's charging down the field. And we need to put a stop to him. And that's a good interception, and it goes out of play for a throw. And it is a corner to Fulham. And Fulham drive it into the box. And Lewis Jr. has made a mistake. And Fulham have pulled one back. And now 3-2 is a different proposition to 3-1, and now we need to be very, very careful. I need to be on the boys' backs now, and that was just sloppy by Lewis Jr. Flapped at it terribly. It fell to the Fulham player, and it's now 3-2, and we've got to do a lot better than this defensively. We've made 2 terrible defensive errors today, which I hope don't end up costing us the game. Levitt finds Hannibal, and his pass goes astray. And Fulham are looking to break again, but Theet is covering, and he finds Augustinson to Levitt, to Hannibal. Good football. But again, Hannibal's pass is poor. But he picks up the ball after himself and finds Barassi. Barassi is in the clear. Barassi should have scored. and the goalkeeper made another good save. Barassi looks inside for Levitt. Levitt to Barassi, and it all comes to nothing. And so, as we reach 60 minutes, it's still Swansea 3, Fulham 2. This is not game over by any means. And Fulham do have the ball, and we need to be very careful at the back now. And I'm going to make a couple of changes here. I'm going to not press so often. I don't want us so full on and allowing them to skip past us. We're just going to slow it down, the press, a little bit. And hopefully cut out the errors that we seem to be making. It may be that we are closing down too fast, and that's why they are getting behind us. Feet wins the header at the back. Again, it's a poor pass, but here's Barassi. Barassi is through again, and the goalkeeper makes another save, and Barassi again should have buried that. It should be at least 4 or 5-2. But if you don't take your chances, then you are going to be in trouble. And I sense we are in trouble here as we're going into the final minutes. Can we hold out? Yes, we can. It's Swansea 3, Fulham 2. I'm telling them that was a terrible second half. But we are 4 points clear at the top of the Premier League. And Arsenal do have a game in hand and could reduce the gap to 3. And so in terms of what is coming up, we have a very, very packed fixture list and some very hard fixtures. And those 3, Arsenal, Manchester United and Arsenal, all cup games, all very tough games. And what we might do, actually, is come back for the Manchester United game and the Arsenal game in the cups. And then that will allow us to come back later for, say, West Ham and Barcelona in the Champions League. And so Brighton, Burnley await before those 3 big games. And we will keep you up to date with what is happening in those games. And so that's it for this episode. We are still top of the league by 4 points, and we need to keep that going. If you are new to the channel, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help us to grow, help us to support the very worthwhile cause that you can see scrolling above. And all that remains to be said now is, I think, yes, we will definitely come back for Manchester United at home in the FA Cup third round, and Arsenal away in the Carabao Cup semi-final, second leg. And let's hope Arsenal don't do it to us again.